is a lot different than what you would typically think. So like whenever I got started about 2.5 years ago with my marketing agency, that's obviously the hardest point is 0 to 10K a month. I'm past that now. I can speak on a lot of the challenges that you're going to face whenever you're in between that gap right there. Some of the challenges that you have to face whenever you own a marketing agency, the challenges that I actually came up during that time were something that I didn't really expect, and some problems popped up that I didn't think I would have to deal with, at least not just yet at that time. Obviously, everybody runs their agency different. They can run their model different. You can have different price points. You can have all those different things, but still, these ideally are more than likely going to apply if you run a marketing agency. Now, one of the things that I wish I would have discovered earlier and something I would have thought about earlier is not overcomplicating the marketing packages. So me myself, I primarily scaled my agency by doing $97 a month. And then I had a $297 a month, and then I had a $497 a month. And so something that I realized on these calls is that I was giving out too much information. I was literally clicking around the software, showing them this, showing them that, just for the deal to not close, and more than likely not close, especially whenever you're that much of a beginner in the sales world. And also I was overcomplicating the entire process. I was giving out too much information, which one of the most common, I guess you could say, reasons of why they didn't move forward is that they would say, I'm confused, or I don't know, this is a lot to think about. And obviously, I made it clear on the call what every single package was entailed to. That's the right word to use. They still use that as kind of like a way to get off the call. And so now that I'm past this point, my sales system is a lot more simple. In other words, literally just essentially one package and a few upsells if they want to do it. Now it's more direct on the call. You're kind of are calling them out if they don't want to move forward, because it's like, we covered everything. We literally only have one package. So what's pretty much holding you back? That I wish I discovered a lot more, but going back to the original point of why that was such a hard challenge is because, number one, it prevented people from signing up because they were confused, allegedly confused, or maybe they really were, because I was going over a lot of information. But what I recommend doing is sticking to something that's easy, something that's duplicatable, something that you can copy over and over and over into multiple sub accounts. So don't overcomplicate things. That's something that pretty much sums up that whole topic right there. The next thing after that is delegating tasks efficiently. So whenever I brought on a CSM, and I'm still trying to find one, this lady just hit me back saying that she wouldn't mind taking on the role. So we'll have to take a look at that. But whenever you bring on roles in your business, make sure that it actually doesn't end up taking up more time than it should. So me, for instance, and obviously GoHighLevel was at a whole different point whenever I was at this stage, but like something that just happened to me recently, I hired a CSM, but the time response was taking too long. Like, she was responsible for the onboarding calls as well, but by the time it was communicated with her, she scheduled the call, she got back to me with how the call went, yada yada yada. I'm like, I couldn't just hop on the call then, because that takes 20 minutes on the onboarding call. I'm doing that in messaging. And so that's even happening to me right now, and I'm past 10K a month. So to translate that into the 0 to 10, whenever you have a website builder, whenever you have a funnel builder, whenever you have an automation guy or girl, whatever the case is, you need to make sure that the communication is so efficient, or they're trained so well, where there's not going to be any confusion and they can actually understand the task and everything moves along efficiently. Because if not, time's wasted. You're spending too much time on delegating tasks, and then you end up not doing sales. So that's something that you really need to look out for, is to make sure that the tasks you are delegating, because you should have a VA. Once you get past, I would say 5K a month, really even 4, you should have a VA doing literally everything for you. You just focus on sales, but it needs to be efficient. So those 2 points right there alone, that could really take you a far way, especially whenever you're learning of how to run a marketing agency or the different things that come along with running it. I really don't know where my head was at whenever I was thinking that you need to build a website and make it different from every single client. I wish I would have never done that, because number one, it made the build cost more, because my VAs were having to come up with something different every single time for the most part. Obviously, there's going to be some similarities. There's only so many combinations out there, but you do not need to do that. And I over here was thinking that my customers are going to find another customer's website, and then they're going to be like mad if they found out it had the same design. Number one, none of my clients have ever found another one of my clients' website, because how would that even happen? They're literally in whole different states. So make sure you have that realization. And there were so many people that were telling me that, like, hey, they do not care if it literally is the exact same template, literally as long as it works. So I wish I would have had that realization earlier, because if so, number one, that would have saved a lot on build costs, which is what you need to do whenever you're just getting started. And oh, look at this little like jacuzzi hot tub thing. Let me show you. Dang. just on a little walk while recording this. But yeah, going back to the point of you don't need to have every single website different. It just causes more of a headache, makes the build times longer whenever it could be shorter, and you're offering a better fulfillment time. My fulfillment time was like 1.5 to 2 weeks, somewhere around there. Now it's literally less than 7 days. We're getting client builds done, automation, live AI chatbot, contact form, every single thing done literally within that time frame. And like I said, it all starts with that realization of how to make things better and how to make things simpler. Because your goal, if you're in the website plus SaaS space, needs to be, how can I get this client onboarded as quick as possible, full system set up, and get them there, start getting their return on investment. And so that's why I feel like even my price point, and that's another point, is to make sure to find a great price point, like I said, that you can duplicate into every single account. And I found that to be $197 a month, because $97 a month, I was getting a little bit too low of quality of clients. They would pay me for a month or pay me for 2 months, and then they would literally just be relying on that $97 a month payment, like month to month, like, oh man, this is just really stretching it, but okay, I'll give you 97. Let's see how many leads you can bring in. But that's not the case. We're not a Thumbtack. We're not an Angie's Leads, who don't even do that for $97 a month. So especially, why would we? Now, look, I'm not trying to attack the $97 a month clients, because that's how I primarily scaled my agency. But I started realizing that, and I made the pivot to $197 a month. And what that is: AI smart website, live AI chatbot, Google review system, CRM, and the mobile app. So just those features alone, that's literally what I was doing for the $97 a month. But then I was like, I need to double my pricing, number one, to get more serious clients, and then to number two, obviously that's more revenue for the agency. And now, whenever you're on that journey to 0 to 10K a month, you should literally be all about reinvesting into your business. Now, I know it's scary because you literally want to leave. Let's say you're 9 to 5, or you're trying to get out of a certain situation. Completely understand. Dang, we're about to go up a major uphill. I'm gonna be out of breath, but your goal should be to become, obviously, profitable as fast as possible, which I completely understand. But you need to be able to be willing to reinvest into your business for the greater good of yourself. Now, with that being said, I was making 4K a month. I still wasn't even profitable for the most part, just because I was dumping, finding more VAs. I was creating sample websites through the VAs, which, by the way, AI Studio makes it, like, it is so much easier to use HighLevel now with the tools to fulfill, to get it more enticing on the Zoom calls. Like, let me rewind time back a little bit for you. Literally 2.5 years ago, AI Studio did not exist. You couldn't even really use an AI website builder, just because it didn't turn out good really at all. And so what I was having to do is I was having to get a VA to build a sample website for that call. That was about, let me see, it was just the homepage. I believe it was about like $30 to get just the homepage done. That was per call, and that wasn't even with them showing up. I didn't know if they were going to show up or not. So doing all that work without knowing they're showing up, spending that money with the VA just for you to potentially get no shows. Like, that's what I was dealing with 2.5 years ago. Was that smart? No. But was it a good offer on the cold calls to get them to actually, well, you know how cold calling works. Sometimes they'll show up, sometimes they won't, but wasn't even guaranteed. But I was still willing to spend that money just to try and get that extra leverage over them on the Zoom call. So take that as you will, but I just really recommend reinvest in your business until it makes sense, where you can start pocketing some money for yourself. Like I said, you can't be scared, because you're going to be unprofitable for a little bit. I mean, I've talked to many agency owners. They're at like 7K a month, and they're not even really paying themselves out much, just because it doesn't really make sense to if you want to keep scaling at a reasonable rate. But look at where we just climbed up. Let me show y'all. Whole spiral staircase. So if I'm out of breath, that's literally why. But yeah, so like I said, this is coming from someone that has made over 10K a month with their agency. And so another thing that I recommend doing whenever you're on this path of the 0 to 10 is do not do setup fees. Now, yes, I know it's controversial, but I said it. The reason why you don't want to do it is because that's more friction. You're going to be messing up. And so why would you even charge a setup fee? That's more stress. You're going to want more results from you whenever you could just charge no setup fee, no contracts, and just get them on the monthly rate. Still, even to this day of where I'm at, I would rather take monthly recurring revenue over a setup fee. I mean, it just makes complete sense. But with that being said, we're going to go ahead and end it here. Out of breath. About to go hoop with the boys. I'm actually going to be a little late, but I just want to hop on a quick little pre-walk. And it's about lunchtime right now, so I'm going to go hoop, going to go get food, and then we're going back, take a shower, back to work. We're just going to grind out for the rest of the day. But y'all guys seem to like these videos, especially on the last one. Got a lot of views, but I just like to keep it real, raw, and authentic. So if you like this type of video, make sure to comment, let me know down below so I can keep making them. I'll see you in the next one.